Hello and welcome. My name is Gwethan. I'm a music business consultant and growth operator, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you exactly how you can build an online music business in 2026. So let's jump straight into it. Most music professionals don't have a business. Many producers, engineers, and studio owners believe that they have a business, but what they actually have is talent or a portfolio or occasional clients and word of mouth work. A real business, however, is different. A business is a system that constantly turns attention into income. If your business doesn't work whilst you're asleep, then it's a job. And that is exactly the problem that I'm here to help you fix. So what a business actually is. A business converts attention into revenue through a structured process. The simplest version looks like this. So you start off with attention or traffic. That turns into leads, who are essentially customers, potential customers and clients. And then these people get converted into clients and paying customers. And then finally, you deliver the service or the product. It literally comes down to 4 steps, and so many people overcomplicate it. But ultimately, if you can just work on these 4, then you're winning, you know? And without this structure, income becomes random, and you're just fighting against the wind relentlessly for money, and that's just not what you want. So, the 4 foundations of a music business. Every functioning business has 4 core components. So, foundation number 1 is the offer. What is a problem that you solve? It could be mixing services, music production, artist development, songwriting, music education. You have to nail this at the source, because ultimately, once you craft your offer, which is what I spoke about in the previous video, then you know who you're targeting, then you know how to price your service, then you know what language to use, then you know where to promote it, then you know what content you make, so then you get more traffic. So if you want to learn how to do this, obviously you can do it in Hendrick Academy, which is the link in the description below, or watch my previous video. This kind of goes into more detail of really nailing this foundation. But why does the offer matter? The offer matters because if it's unclear, the business can't grow. Your offer is the foundation. Everything else is built upon. Without a clearly defined problem you solve, no amount of attention or marketing will convert into consistent revenue. You see, I've had this problem with Hendrick Academy. There's been times where I've just been unsure about what the actual offer is that I'm providing people, and that has like a ripple effect, because then it means I don't know the specific. If I don't know exactly what the offer is, I don't know who I'm targeting, which then means I can't create the messaging in a way that resonates with people. And then it also means that the content I make just feels like I'm just making it for the sake of it, and I don't know who I'm educating it, and it just fucks everything up. So you really need to get that nailed. And again, watch my previous video, apply for Hendrick Academy. We can help you, not a problem. So foundation number 2 is attention. This is how people know that your business even exists. You need to start with content, obviously. So sharing your expertise and work publicly. When it comes to content, I would genuinely just say, just do it. You know, I've made lots of bad content. Not even that this is crazily good production, but for me is my biggest struggle is staying consistent with content. So I just need a format that I can just easily crank out and make, you know, and I don't have to spend loads of time editing. And for the minute anyway, obviously I want to increase the production value, but what I'm trying to say is just done is better than perfect, and you learn so much along the way. You learn your workflow, you learn how to revise things video to video, how to improve them. And yeah, what I'm trying to say is just do it. Even if you don't know what to say, just film and film and film and film, and then eventually you'll know what to say. Eventually you'll become more confident with speaking. Eventually you'll have a much better idea of how to make a good video, but you can't study how to do that. You know, you can only learn to do that by just actually doing it. So then distribution, getting your content in front of the right people. So this could be in the ways that you write your captions, your thumbnails, the actual video itself, but then also perhaps ads. It could also be where you post the content, all that good stuff. Networking, building relationships within this industry, and partnerships. So some of the biggest clients that I have genuinely have been people that I've met in real life. So these two I'm strongly in favor of, and I hate the phrase networking because I really don't like transactional relationships. I like building actual human relationships with people, and then opportunities come from that. I'm a bit opposed to just purely trying to get to know people to get something out of them, to try and work with them, to try and gain from them. that's just not the connections that I like in my life. But obviously, you know, if you go to a networking event, people are expecting for that to happen. But I just think don't approach people to network. Approach people because you genuinely want to be with them and you want them in your network. And also, when it comes to networking, you need to be someone that people want to network with. You have to have your own value, your own skills that makes people want to network with you. You know, like, people are so busy in this industry and there's always so much for people to do, and you know, shit's difficult and there's only so much time and attention we all have. So you have to be someone that people actually want to work with. You know, you have to be someone that can actually provide value to these people, because otherwise there's no exchange. Otherwise you're taking and they're giving, and there's no back and forth. You know, I can't remember the exact word, but yeah. And attention is the input that feeds the system, and without attention, even a strong offer stays invisible. But if you don't want to make content, you can still, if you have a solid offer, you can still meet clients in real life. It just makes more sense to do it with content, because, you know, the technology's here and everyone's online, so why not? Let me just put this up here. So foundation number 3 is conversion. Attention must become clients. This requires a clear path for people to take action. So this could be through DM conversations, whether that's direct personal outreach that builds trust and moves prospect forwards, or you could have, what I really like to get people in the DMs is use Metrical and have an automated comment XYZ and I'll send you this XYZ. I can teach you how to set that all up. Or even the DM me this for this. That is usually great. But also just reaching out to people, and, you know, don't sound like a robot. Like, speak to people like an actual human and actually have human conversations with people. It's crazy that we even have to say this, but you'd be surprised. So many people in this day and age just want to do everything automated, or they just want to AI everything, or, you know, having real conversations with people goes a long way and it's greatly appreciated. So booking calls, you want to have scheduled conversations that qualify leads and close clients. Application forms, so structured intake that filters for the right clients, and checkout pages. So for Hendrick Academy, again, you can check the link in the description. We build, grow and scale music businesses. We have a system where you fill out an application form, so that and then once you fill the application form, you can then book a call in our calendar system, and then we take it from there. But I like the application form because it means that you have a good idea of who you're speaking to before you speak to them, and you kind of already know if you can help them or not, and if you can actually, you know, help them, and if it's worth working with them. So it kind of changes your positioning going into the call. But it's also just useful kind of getting an idea of who it is that's applying for your service, or maybe your product, or who it is that's coming into your business. It's really good to have an idea of who they actually are and how you can kind of help them. And I can break down application forms and booking call systems on another video. That's not a problem. And yeah, if conversion systems are missing, then interest never turns into revenue, because it has to be frictionless. People aren't going to discover your website, and then because there's nowhere to apply, they're not going to dig for miles to find your phone number or find your email or DM you. It needs to be frictionless, because think about it, how many pages do you click on and then not even interact with? So think about it, if there's extra steps where people have to do things, it's just not going to convert well at all. So foundation number 4 is all about delivery. Once somebody becomes a client, the business must deliver value in a structured way, because at the end of the day, a business is all about helping people and providing value. If you rip people off, if you scam people, A, you're a scumbag, and B, you're not going to build a reputation for yourself. You're going to get a negative reputation. People aren't going to want to work with you. So it's in your best interest to deliver as much value as you can and do this in an efficient and effective way. So once somebody becomes a client, the business must deliver value in a structured way. And just remember that word, value. This is with an onboarding process, a clear, welcoming start that sets expectations and builds confidence. In onboarding, I also like to assess who these people are, where they want to go, and then we break down exactly how we help them get there. Again, if you want support like this, Hendrick Academy, link in the description. Service workflows, a step-by-step system that ensures consistent, high-quality results. Coaching or consulting structures, if you're an educator or a coach or a mentor, you know, you need a framework that you actually guide your clients through to get to the transformation. You can't just wing it, because it just doesn't really work like that. And also, you would also have structures if you were a mixing engineer, but I guess that would be more of like a service workflow. But anyway, and digital products or communities, these are scalable, delivery that serves many clients simultaneously. So Hendrick Academy is an online school or a community, which means that we're able to scale and handle many clients at once. Whereas, I know if you were just like a one-to-one teacher, it may be a bit more difficult, but you can start out in one-to-one. I started in one-to-one, I still do one-to-one, and it's an amazing way to work more intimately with clients, get to know your clients a lot better, build relationships, kind of actually help them a lot more to get them results, which then gives you a better reputation, more social proofs, and you can expand out. So yeah, these are very powerful, but if you provide a service like mixing, mastering, then again, that's amazing. And there's many ways to scale that. You just need to really lean into the system so that you can put all of your time, attention, and energy into the actual service itself. So delivery should be predictable and organized, not chaotic. So why do systems matter? Without systems, income is inconsistent and unpredictable. You are a freelancer reacting to work, waiting for the next inquiry, the next referral, or the next lucky break. Whereas with systems, your income becomes repeatable and scalable. You are a business operating deliberately, generating attention, converting leads, and delivering value on your own terms. This is the difference between a freelancer reacting to work and a business operating deliberately. So, as a music business grows, managing multiple tools becomes chaotic, and this is why infrastructure is so important. So you need websites, CRMs, booking tools, email systems, and client delivery platforms. Fragmented tools create friction and inefficiency. So I'll come into a CRM now, which is exactly what Hendrick OS is. So inside of Hendrick Academy, all of our training and our program and everything is built around Hendrick OS, which is our CRM. It's our software operating system. So this is where you host your websites. All of your leads and your clients and your contacts are in one place, or your conversations are in one place, your funnels, your client pipelines, your booking system, your delivery infrastructure. So the idea is that you have one system that supports the entire business rather than juggling disconnected tools. We basically just put everything in one place and make running your business as smooth as possible. So I'll just show you the exact systems that we are personally working with. So here, I can't show you all of Hendrick OS because then that would dox my clients and show you all of their personal info, so I can't do that. But effectively, within this software, within the CRM, you can build websites from templates, which makes it super, super, super easy. And you can also, if you have a more advanced website, there's more than just like an info page, then of course you can also integrate that in, and you can manage all of your contacts, all of your conversations. We also have automations. This is massive, so it's like when people book in a call, then they come into an automation essentially. So if we go to the appointment confirmation, when they book a call, then this is how they get sent the email confirming their call. And yeah, it's really smart stuff. And if you don't have this set up, you're just going to be bleeding so much time doing all of this, and putting it together, it takes ages. And yeah, but it's fundamental. Systems are fundamental. And if you want this exact system, link in the description, Hendrick Academy, it's amazing. And finally, the real shift is that most creative business owners or music business owners believe that they need more exposure, but exposure without infrastructure does not build a business. Stop thinking like a freelancer and reacting to work, waiting for referrals and hoping for consistency, because it's not business strategy. You need to start building systems that convert attention into income, because that is the real shift. It is building infrastructure that turns your talent into predictable, scalable business. So remember, you need systems because you only have so much brain power, you only have so much bandwidth, and if you exhaust that doing all of these things that can be systemized, then you lose the very thing that you're kind of capitalizing upon, which is your brain, which is your mind, which is your skills. And if you wear that thin, then the rest of your business will suffer. Whereas if you systemize everything and you build it correctly, then you can have your creative brain power back and you can really thrive in business. So my name is Gwethan. You are incredible if you're still watching this. I'm the founder of Hendrick Academy. We build, grow, and scale music businesses in 2026. If you're interested, the link is in the description. And if not, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.